Before I start, raise your hand if you are responsible for your company marketing website. All right, cool. Keep your hands in the air like you just don't care. No, keep your hands in the air if you are proud of your marketing website. Cool, a lot of business for me. All right, wait. Who raised your hand? Raise your hand again. Raise your hand before you. Raise your hand, come on. Okay. All right, Michal. What makes you proud of your marketing website?
I think it's doing the job.
Doing the job. All right. And what job is that? Winning leads. All right. Amazing stuff. So, all right. So, you know, I often hear clients coming on the discovery call and saying, "Look, I just need a marketing website, right? I just need a simple marketing website. No, nothing amazing." And for me, it's like going to like a real estate agent and asking, "Hey, I just need a house." Okay, you just need a house. This is a house. By the way, all of the images here are made using AI, Midjourney, stuff like that. So this is my AI contribution for this presentation. But also this is a house, right? Sort of a house. So when people come to me and say, "I just need a marketing website," okay, there are a broad range of marketing websites. Which one are you expecting? So if you think about that, you know, what really is a B2B marketing website? What's in there? What does it do? What do we have it for? So often I say there are three main goals for a marketing website. The first one would be brand awareness. Okay, we'll talk about that. The second one would be to drive revenue, of course. And the third one would be to basically support sales or sales enablement. There are a bunch of other stuff the website is doing, appealing for investors, employer branding, supporting customer success, and even hosting their legal docs, right? But since your targets are probably not improve the legal documentation on your website, so we are going to focus on the first two, the brand awareness and driving revenue. All right, so let's talk a bit about brand awareness. Now, if you think brand awareness, so this is how to get your prospect aware about your brand, right? So they won't come to your website if they're not aware of your brand, obviously, right? Unless you do external activities outside of the website, how would they get to your website? So there's only one thing on the website that you can do to really increase brand awareness. And can anyone guess what it is? What can you do on your website, just to your website, that will make your audience aware about your brand? SEO, thank you. All right. So obviously you need to have a really unique visual identity for your brand. So when people are coming, you made an event, people are visiting your website, it needs to look slick. You also need to have a unique experience for people to remember you by. So this is your, part of your brand, obviously. But using SEO, and I mentioned here two optimization that will affect your brand. One of them is competitor piggybacking, and the second one is just, bidder feature, I call that, or focused on programmatic SEO. So this is Monday. Probably all of you know Monday. I think, do we have anyone from Monday here? No, okay, so I can talk about that. All right, cool. So Monday did a nice competitor page, and what's nice on this page is it's not just this, right? It's a really long page about competitors. But what's nice about that is they are targeting all of their competitors using G2, and basically the URLs of that is always like competitor / the name of the competitor, and you can switch that. This will switch the URL. Very nice, similar page for all of their competitors. And what they use is just the G2 data to show how much better. What they don't tell you is that they only listed 5 attributes while there are 7 attributes. So they just omitted the 2 attributes they didn't win, obviously, to show that they win in all attributes. All right, now you can also see the same with Asana. So Asana is obviously Monday competitor, and suddenly for Asana is better, right? And let me just click. So this is subjective by Asana, obviously. They don't use G2 because they lost the G2, so they just say we are better. Now, the nice thing about that, will it click? Yes, it will. All right, the nice thing about that is that when you search Monday alternative, you get Asana website. But also when you search for Asana alternatives, you get Asana website, right? So Asana will show you the Asana alternatives, but they obviously will present themselves. So if you think about that, if you are a smaller brand in a much more competitive and with bigger brands, you can just target their brand in order to get their audience searching for their product to your website. Okay, this is the audience that you wouldn't otherwise reach to. So just some ideas, right, of which pages you can create with competitor branding. So competitor X versus competitor Y, alternative for competitor pricing, yada, 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 all of that. The more competitor pages you'll create, the more intent traffic you can get that might not have been aware of your brand. You can obviously do it using PPC, but those pages specifically in SEO are much cheaper than PPC. All right, now the second SEO trick or the second SEO optimization is actually about using programmatic SEO. So you can see what Zapier did. They basically just joined the word Pardot and WordPress and listed a few of their features. They have a page like that for all of their integrations. So if you search for Pardot, if you search for WordPress, if you search for, I don't know, HubSpot WordPress integration, whatever, Eloqua, I don't know who uses Pardot, but anyway, the idea is that whatever you search for to integrate, you'll get Zapier product. So you can do the same with your product and create tons of pages without investing too much in content and just writing small snippet. I didn't show it, but the second part of this page is similar to all of their pages. So you just change the top part. Okay, it's automatically, it's development only. You don't need to write to create tons of pages on your website. It just automatically creates them. Some ideas, so if you have integrations, so you can say, I don't know, integrate X with Y and then get people on your website. So you can get people using other products. Let's say you're a cybersecurity company and you protect, I don't know, Slack API. So how to protect Slack API, how to protect Asana API, how to protect X API. It doesn't really matter because you just have the logo, a short blurb about how you protect Slack or whatever, and then the same pitch about your product and how it helps cybersecurity, right? All right, so enough about brand awareness. Let's talk about how do we drive revenue with the website, because obviously, again, 2024, we want to drive revenue to our business. So before we start with optimization for your website, you need to have a solid website to start with. Okay, if your website sucks, don't try to optimize that. Just have a proper website in place. Obviously, clear messaging, relevant offering, unique style, and do not continue until you nailed all three. If your website doesn't look good, if your website is clunky, is old, if your website doesn't have the right messaging, obviously it's going to be useless. So focus on these three first. But once you did optimize, sorry. That shouldn't be there. All right, I'll get to the previous slide after. Once you did that, let's talk about optimizing the user journey, okay, or what we call the buyer experience. Because the buyer experience is a lot of stuff, okay? It's not just your website, but I'm going to focus on your website, obviously. So we want user journey that makes sense, we want personalization, and we want seamless conversion experience, okay? And the three memes that you see below is how probably most of your clients experience the current buyer, the buyer journey. They are saying, okay, I'm ready to buy, and then you say, filling all of these forms, they get an email, hey, you filled in the form, I know you're ready to buy, maybe, I don't know, book a meeting with me. They come on a meeting with an SDR saying, okay, what company are you from? Okay, what's your budget? Do you have budget? Yeah, okay, I'll hook you up with sales. I want to buy them, but I'm ready to buy, but we give them a really lousy buyer experience across the board. So I know it's small, can anyone spot what's the difference between the website on the left versus the website on the right? What's missing on the website here? The buttons or the CTAs, right? So when we talk about user journey, we are talking about taking our prospect clients, visitors on the website from where they landed to where we want them to be. Okay, they might land on the blog, they might land on the homepage, they might land on the landing page, event, resource, whatever. If we don't have the right user journey, and the user journey is not just the CTAs, but it starts with giving them the next step. Okay, so if we don't have it, it's like, dead end. Okay, we had I don't know if they're here, so I won't mention name, but we had a client that their homepage was 0 CTAs. They had like watch a video, but that's it. And then you browse their homepage, you couldn't get to neither the product, the solution, the requested demo, none. Besides the main CTA on the top fold, 0 CTAs. That was a bit weird. We had a few CTAs, putting them on top, and suddenly, oh wow, people are starting to view the product pages, right? But there's also too much or too many CTAs. These are not good at as well. It's very, very confusing. If you do too many CTAs, like, landing on a home page, top fold, a carousel, each of the carousel slides, 2 CTAs, the clients are, I don't know where to go, right? They bounce, okay, or they scroll away. So you need to be somewhere in the middle, okay? Somewhere, my go-to is just have a one CTA when you switch context, okay? But in general, in each section, don't force a CTA if it's not needed, okay? Just use it when it's really valuable, when it really drive your clients to the right page, to the next step. So I'm going to share the slide so you'll see it, but this is like my go-to sections for a homepage. And here I actually need a slide from before, so sorry about doing that. This is not my post. It's a brilliant fellow. He's doing messaging for early stage startups and homepage mockups. But it's really important because the journey isn't just your homepage, okay? When we are talking about the user journey, we are talking about the entire funnel, the entire, your resources page, your product, your blog, your requested demo, even the landing page are part of your user journey. So when you want to optimize, the entire journey and not just focus on one page at a time. Because if you don't think strategy, if you don't think, okay, what are my persona doing? Where will they land? Where do I want to get them to, and how I'm going to do it? So, just putting random CTAs won't really do the trick. Okay, so again, sorry about that. All right, so I'm going to skip now from optimizing user journey, because there is a lot to talk about user journeys, to personalization. I think this is like a very neglected feature or option that we can actually do, quite simple. Okay, it's not that simple, but it's quite simple. You could do it. If you have a good idea, there are plenty of tools that can help you personalize your website. Now, when we're talking about personalize the website, we can have like a very simple personalization and callouts. So if people are coming from a specific industry, you can say, we are the only, cybersecurity product that will do X. We are the only fintech, right? So, we have the best product for fintech. We have the best product for whatever, even though you're pretty much selling the same product to different industry. You could still call out the industry name. The second thing is you can personalize, sorry for the logos again, and say it doesn't really know how to generate text images. But anyway, you can personalize your logo, your social proof across the board, okay, and have people from education industry only see education logos or only see education testimonials, right? And this will make them understand, that one is for me. This is the product for education, even though your product is covering a range of industries. Another option is if you have different use cases for different industry or for different personas. So this is Stavros. Stavros are doing a personalized video using AI thingy. It doesn't really matter. But if you think about personalizing, this is from their product page. They can have both, marketing audience and HR audience see different messaging, saying different offering on the same page, right? I think this is the last one, and then last optimization tip, ungate, okay? At a minimum, ungate your resources for known audience, okay? Once they converted, stop showing them forms. Just stop that, it's annoying, okay? It's really annoying. I'm going to watch white paper after white paper, and then I need to fill in 2 forms. And if we're talking about white paper, stop using PDFs, okay? Just stop that, it's old, okay? PDF, it's old, we can do everything on web pages right now. Stop doing that. Okay, people aren't downloading as much as you think they are, and when they do download, they rarely read it, and they rarely go back to it, and they rarely share it via email as you might think. And even if they do, you can't measure that because it's offline. So do me a favor and put everything on your website. That's the alternative to forms. Okay, if you ever request a demo page, give them options, book a meeting, I don't know, WhatsApp, watch a video, whatever. But then if you do have a form, please do me a favor and use a calendar right after, because they shouldn't go to your email, to their email, to search for the SDR automated email saying, hey, book a meeting with me using my calendar. Just don't do it. And this is a summary, but I'll send you the presentation so you can see everything. And I don't think, do we have time for questions? Yeah. Okay. Two quick questions. Anyone? All right. Yes, go for it.
Personalization. What do you use for non-authenticated users?
Personalization for non-authentic users. This is a very good question in general, and I skip that. You can use a lot of information from external. Let's say you're doing campaign for marketing, right? For a specific persona. So you target the persona on LinkedIn already. So you know that everyone that will come from this campaign is this persona. Okay, this is just one option. You can use enrichment tools like 6 Sense, dependent base, I don't know, like Zoom Info, stuff like that to enrich anonymous traffic on your website. But you can even personalize. So if you think about that, let's say you have 6 use cases on your website. Once someone clicked on this use case, let's say on the marketing use case, you know they are marketing because they are interested in the marketing use case. So you can tailor the website, the rest of their experience, once they flag to you, hey, I'm a marketer, okay? Also about returning users. So returning users are, if you don't have different experience for returning users, basically you are telling them the same story over and over again, they'll get bored. So you can also use that. All right. Yes?
One of the reasons we have PDFs and we ask people to download them and send them an email is because we want their email, we want to communicate with them also using that email. What's your answer?
Yeah, the thing is, you don't have to use PDFs to gate content, right? You can gate even interactive ebooks on your website. You can gate webinars. You can get live videos on your website. You can also create a page which is just gated, and they fill in the form to see it. Okay, but my go-to is if you really have a valuable content, just put it out there and have a companion content for it. So let's say, you created a very valuable, a data sheet or white paper or an ebook, right? So they read the ebook, and in some places in the ebook, again, a web ebook, you can add companion content and say, hey, if you're interested, also check out this checklist or check out this, go to whatever, right? You can have a lot of companion content that this content will be gated so you can get their emails, right?
So you're gating later in the process?
Yes, basically give them value first, ask for their email after. If you're asking for their email before you even gave them value, it's like, I'm too busy for this stuff. It's working, that's correct, but it's also, I'm not saying don't do it at all, but try and mix and match at least some valuable stuff. It really also depends on your offering, I would say.